What's up guys, Matt from footballboots.co.uk, and today let's check out the entire Chequered Black Pack from Adidas Football, which perfectly combines modern technologies with classic styling. So we're now into 2017 and there's no doubt the football boot market is continuing to shock us through amazing innovations which are making the game quicker, more powerful and overall incredibly exciting. But what Adidas have now offered is all of the above, however in the most classical form through black and white colourways. To start us off, let's take a closer look at one of the most popular Adidas models on the professional stage, the X16.1. Worn by deadly forwards Gareth Bale, Luis Suarez, Karim Benzema and Alvaro Morata, there's no doubt that X16.1s bring a serious amount of goals through its streamlined silhouette and overall attack-minded construction. Whilst the look from far would suggest the latest X16.1 is solid black, but when in hand you can see how Adidas incorporate their Chequered Black label through the added subtle graphic applied onto the entire synthetic upper. The Chequered Black graphic itself almost reminds me of a carbon fibre effect, and I'm pleased to say that I actually really enjoy this pack from Adidas. Let's hope they can continue to impress throughout the second half of this season. Whilst I'm not overly keen on the X16.1 upper as I find it a little too stiff and thick for my own personal taste, the standout features of the exposed laces X boot is the external heel counter, tech fit collar which hugs the Achilles, and the off-centre Adidas logo boldly stamped to the lateral side panel. In terms of tech specs, you won't find Adidas's NSG on this model, however the slash graphic adds a certain level of grip when touching, dribbling and striking the ball. But as always, the X16.1 comes equipped with a decent sprint frame sole plate and teardrop FG studs. So we've had a look at the X16.1, but now let's bring in the A17.1 Prime Knit for players wanting a level of adjustability which the Pure Control doesn't offer. An Adidas model popular with players in the spine of the team, you can see the likes of Keylor Navas, Mats Hummels, Miralem Pjanic and Renato Sanchez lacing up in the mid-cut ace boot. It's unsure whether Adidas's headline players will actually be seen in this latest colourway, but it's most likely that they'll stay in the Red Limit pack before they release their upcoming collection, probably in mid-February with brighter paint jobs. Matching in style to its X16.1 counterpart, this ace boot delivers another checkered design, however arguably possesses a more premium look through its prime knit construction from heel to toe. Essentially posing as a laced version of the A17 Plus Pure Control, the 17.1 prime knit really is that similar to the model costing an extra £30. So to be honest, it could be fair to say that the prime knit is better value for money, being cheaper and allowing for you to customise the fit. A redesigned toe box from its previous 16.1 version has a more textured feel through the added grooves at either side of the vamp, so ball feel and striking purchase will be at a very high level. One of the more unique features of the latest A17.1 Prime Knit has to be the two types of lace holes, with the lower section going through the upper, whilst the upper section prefers external loop versions. But one thing you can guarantee is an extremely comfortable and wide fit, great for somebody like Blake here at the black and orange team. Besides the black base coat and checkered detailing, the only other colour you'll find is white, used for Adidas branding above the laces, and diagonal 3 stripes at the lateral side panel. Back to the outdoor vibes, and let's see how Adidas have incorporated their recently released Copa17.1 into the Chequered Black Pack. Possessing literally one of the softest K-leather uppers you'll feel this season, the Copa17.1 has been made to offer a traditional boot, however ready for the modern game of pace and responsiveness. Already seeing bolder Copa17.1s of red and white gold, the latest example of classic meets modern turns back the clock to a traditional black, red, white colourway which suits the silo perfectly. If you can imagine a lightweight and responsive Copa Mundial, that's essentially what the Copa17.1 is. However, I must say that the remodeled tongue isn't for me at all. Either leave it traditional like the OG Copa Mundial or cut it short. Featuring some unique stitching lines across the toe box, the remaining parts of the Copa17.1 boot are fairly traditional through the white 3 stripes either side of the central lacing system. Apart from the black and white fields, you can also find classic Adidas red at the tongue, lateral side of the boot for Copa branding and across the white sprint frame sole plate. So there was something a bit traditional, but how about one of the most innovative boots on the market next, the X16 Plus Pure Chaos? One of my own personal favourite models on the market and also the boot of choice for James Rodriguez, Diego Costa and Angel Di Maria, the Chequered Black Pure Chaos look as good as they perform. Making a solid claim for one of the best looking boots of this season, the Chequered Black X16 Plus Pure Chaos features a very similar colourway to its previous dark space pack, however has the added pattern running all over the super soft and flexible synthetic upper. I think what makes the Chequered Black Pure Chaos stand out from previous colourways for the right reason is how Adidas have left absent the tartan-like effect usually seen on the tech fit collar. It wasn't that I disliked it, I just prefer it without. For anyone that hasn't worn the Pure Chaos before, you can guarantee one of the most comfortable fits for a speed themed boot. It's even a good option for players with wide feet. There just isn't much wrong with the boot. They look good, fit well and perform highly. Although looking very similar to the X16.1, the Pure Cas version doesn't just hide its laces through the Pure Cut lace cover, but the upper is also so much softer, flexible and grippy. For me, the Pure Cas is much more of a premium model within the X range. Tech specs: unlike the 16.1, the Pure Cas does feature NSG, added internal grip on the heel liner for lockdown, and a sprint frame sole plate for fast-paced performances. So we get to the final boot within the Chequered Black Pack unboxing, and it's not just the A17 Plus Pure Control colourway which has caught the eye, but it all features a completely redesigned upper, even though being just a second paint job. Released prior to Christmas, the Red Limit collection included the 2nd Gen Pure Control, which caused one of the biggest stirs in football market history. What Adidas were offering customers was completely different to what players like Paul Pogba, Mesut Ozil and Juan Mata were wearing in the Premier League. The first A16 Plus Pure Control featured an exposed knitted portion at the front of the boot, and that was also the case with the 17 Plus Pure Control model offered to the public. But for some reason, the aforementioned players were the version now seen within the Chequered Black Pack seen here. The reason for the mix-up is still a mystery, and realistically we'll probably never know, but Adidas made a mistake and that's for sure. The good news is that they've decided to continue with the better version. This version with a more tech fit-like and elasticated material, which offers much better fit compared to the exposed knit variation. The latest A17 Plus Pure Control not only again incorporates the unique checkered detailing, but also flaunts a stunning glittering effect all across the control skin upper. Just like the new Pure Chaos, these Pure Controls are up there with the very best we've seen. Whilst you may think that by simply removing the laces from the A17.1 Prime Knit, you're left with the 17 Plus Pure Control. But that's not actually the case, as the fully laceless model ensures stability and lockdown loss without laces is achieved by an external cage encasing Adidas' 3 stripes on the lateral side of the boot. A lovely colourway and improved fit Pure Control is deservedly capped off by slip chrome finishing upon the Adidas 3 stripes themselves, which complements the overall shimmer in boots. In terms of tech specs, the A17 Plus Pure Control has a lot of performance enhancing qualities. NSG, laceless construction, an external cage and revolutionary boots technology not only for the sock liner but within the actual boot sole plate itself. What you're seeing is one of the best football boots ever released. Kickstarting an undoubtedly huge year to come for the 3-stripe brand, the all new Chequered Black Pack is sure to be a highly popular seller, with the individual models on offer and each stunning design adorning the Ace, X and Copa silos. Thanks for watching, cheers.